is 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher. Okay, so this book is one of the best books that I've read in a long time. Not that the other books that I've read are terrible, but this is just like on an emotional level. So beautiful, so beautiful. Not that I read a whole bunch of terrible books, but like on an emotional level and on like a, you know, connecting with a book and connecting with a storyline and a character, I feel like this is a really good book. Along with the fact that it's very well written. So there's this kid named Clay. He has a crush named Hannah Baker. Hannah Baker commits suicide. He gets these 7 tapes with the 13 reasons why she commits suicide. I know it sounds really sad and depressing, but it's an actually really good book. It's pretty much like the tapes and what they say and Clay's commentary and like what's going on in his life and how he's reacting, and it's just really cool. And yes, my hand is a book. So he follows these tapes along an adventure. She gives him a map, all that kind of stuff, so he ends up going all around town. He kind of lies to his mom and, you know, uses his friend as a loophole, whatever type thing. But that's okay because, you know, he's going through a lot of crazy stuff because this is his crush. He had a chance to almost stop her, but he just couldn't because she had already made up her mind at that point. I promise I'm not trying to tiptoe around suicide and the topic of it. I just have never had anybody particularly close commit suicide. I have taken suicide prevention training, and a lot of that is in here. Just with like the signs and things. Like Hannah's narrative is just saying, you know, this happened and that should have been a sign, and this happened and that should have been a sign, and Clay's like, oh yeah, I never thought about that. But like, they weren't ever necessarily close enough to be like that. She didn't really have any close friends, and when she did, they always like did something just terribly mean, starting rumors about her and stuff like that. Which is also a really neat thing to talk about in this novel, is just like the rumors that start and how they really affect people. Not just the person who's being talked about, but everybody around them, and how they act around that person because of the rumors surrounding them. This is a more serious book, but it is a very, 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 very good book. I cannot talk highly enough about this book. I just want to put it in everybody's hands and be like, here, take this. This is so powerful, so great. I guess if you liked the emotionalness of the Harry Potter books, it's akin to that, at least in my opinion. I like to relate everything to Harry Potter. I'm sorry, I do that sometimes, where I just relate everything to Harry Potter or Doctor Who or something or like that. Anyways, this book is very emotional. I didn't cry. I'm a very emotional person and I didn't cry. And while reading this book, I did have to put myself in the mindset of like 14, 15, 16-year-old Liz and say, you know, like, how did I feel at that moment of time? How, like, what was going on around me? How did that affect how I lived my life and things like that, to kind of understand who Hannah Baker, not necessarily who Hannah Baker was, but just like why she reacted the way she did, why she was so vulnerable, why this, that, and the other, because I was technically still a new kid in town. I didn't really know very many people. Like, I had good friends, but I didn't like have too many friends. I had like a couple of close friends, and probably just one that I could really talk to. I can't say that I connect with all of what Hannah Baker was thinking, but a lot of like I don't know how to say this, but like the kind of the need for attention. Not neediness, that's not it. It's just like, when you're at that age, you really need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to confide in. And that's all she was looking for, was just somebody to listen to her story. And nobody did until after she died, and that's unfortunate. One person she could really connect to, and they wouldn't throw her trust out the window because, all these crazy people that are in this world that will just like push you aside because their needs are more important than yours. But we have to remember, no matter how old we are, that there are other people in this world other than us. We all do need attention, and you just have to share that attention. Once you get it, you pass it on. You pass on the good stuff. You pass on, you know, the awesome. Not the world stuff, the awesome stuff. You just need to pass it on. You should check it out. Whether you get it at a bookstore, I got it at Books A Million for really cheap. You can also get it probably at your local library. You should check it out. Libraries are awesome. Keep them alive. That wasn't to be punny at all, but okay. That is all for this video. Feel free to leave comments and stuff if you've ever ever had times in your life where you just needed somebody to reach out and be like, hey, how are you? And be like interested in you, not just what you have to offer, but you yourself. Like just because everybody's amazing in some way or another, even if somebody's like a terrible person, but there's always that nice little portion of their heart that is just longing to have lots of amazing friends, and they just need you to talk to them. Always give people the chance to, you know, shine. Even if you think they're strange, even if you think, I will see you in the comments and or next video, because yeah, that would be awesome. Bye-bye! Mom, stop the car! Dairy Queen! That was for Reggie.